Is Donald Trump a criminal? Donald Trump's re-election as president has intensified his legal battles. His presidency is now entangled with a historic felony conviction and multiple criminal cases, including allegations of election interference and ongoing civil lawsuits. These challenges test the boundaries of presidential power and legal accountability. Reports from NBC News suggest that the Justice Department may be considering the conclusion of federal cases against him, highlighting the intricate relationship between his presidency and ongoing legal scrutiny. Felony verdict fallout. In May 2024, Donald Trump made history as the first former U.S. president to be convicted of a felony. A New York jury found him guilty on 34 counts of falsifying business records. These charges were tied to hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels during the 2016 presidential campaign. Each count carries a potential maximum sentence of 4 years in prison, though legal experts believe a fine or probation is more probable. The conviction was based on Trump's efforts to conceal reimbursements to his lawyer, Michael Cohen, for the $130,000 payment to Daniels. The jury reached its verdict after deliberating for 9.5 hours over 2 days. His sentencing was originally set for July 11, 2024, but it has been postponed until after the November election. Trump's legal team is actively seeking to overturn the conviction, citing a Supreme Court ruling on presidential immunity as a key argument. Federal election interference case. The federal case against Donald Trump for alleged interference in the 2020 election revolves around 4 criminal charges. These include conspiracy to defraud the United States and obstruction of an official proceeding. Prosecutors argue that Trump knowingly spread false claims of election fraud and pressured officials to overturn the results, despite being informed by his advisors that there was no evidence of widespread fraud. This case faced a significant setback when the Supreme Court ruled on presidential immunity. As a result, prosecutors revised the indictment to focus on Trump's actions as a private citizen rather than as president. Special counsel Jack Smith filed a 165-page brief detailing how Trump's actions to overturn the election were conducted in his role as a candidate, not as president. The trial date remains uncertain due to ongoing legal challenges and appeals tied to presidential immunity. Classified documents dismissal. The federal classified documents case against Donald Trump was dismissed in July 2024 by U.S. District Judge Eileen Cannon. She ruled that the appointment of special counsel Jack Smith was unconstitutional. The case originally accused Trump of illegally retaining classified national defense documents after leaving office and obstructing government efforts to retrieve them. Jack Smith appealed the dismissal, asserting that Judge Cannon's ruling deviated from established legal precedent. However, the appeal faces an uncertain path following the Supreme Court's decision regarding presidential immunity. If reinstated, the charges could result in significant prison time if Trump is convicted. For now, the case remains in a state of legal limbo, with its future dependent on rulings from higher courts and the outcome of the November 2024 election. Georgia election case. The Georgia election interference case against Donald Trump has seen substantial developments and challenges. In August 2023, Trump and 18 co-defendants were indicted on charges linked to alleged efforts to overturn Georgia's 2020 election results. Initially, Trump faced 13 charges, but 3 counts were dismissed in March 2024, leaving a total of 10 charges. These charges include racketeering, soliciting public officials to violate their oaths, and conspiracy to commit forgery. While 4 defendants have pleaded guilty, Trump and others continue to maintain their innocence. The case has been stalled since June 2024 as the Georgia Court of Appeals deliberates on whether District Attorney Fani Willis can remain on the case. In November 2024, the appeals court canceled scheduled oral arguments without explanation, leaving the prosecution's future uncertain. The unique challenge of prosecuting a sitting president adds another layer of complexity to the case's progression. Ongoing civil litigation. Despite his re-election and the dismissal or delay of certain criminal cases, Donald Trump is still entangled in numerous civil lawsuits. These cases could have significant financial and reputational consequences. One prominent ongoing case is the New York civil fraud lawsuit, which resulted in a $454 million judgment against Trump. He is currently appealing this decision. Other civil lawsuits include multiple cases linked to the January 6, 2021 Capitol attack. Law enforcement officers and congressional Democrats have filed suits against Trump in this regard. Additionally, writer E. Jean Carroll has filed defamation lawsuits against Trump, securing $5 million and $83 million in separate verdicts. Another lawsuit brought by voting rights advocates accuses Trump of attempting to disenfranchise voters in the 2020 election. While the presidency does not grant Trump immunity from these civil suits, his legal team is likely to argue for delays or dismissals based on his official duties. However, a 1997 Supreme Court ruling established that sitting presidents are not immune from civil litigation for actions unrelated to their official duties. Presidential Immunity Shield. Donald Trump's re-election has reshaped the landscape of his legal battles. As president, he now wields considerable power to influence the course of federal cases against him. The Department of Justice is expected to reduce federal investigations, consistent with the long-standing policy that sitting presidents cannot be prosecuted. Trump has also signaled his intent to dismiss special counsel Jack Smith, a move that could halt ongoing federal cases. The impact on state-level cases is less direct but still significant. While Trump cannot directly dismiss these charges, his status as president-elect introduces potential delays and complications in prosecution. The New York hush money case, where Trump has already been convicted, faces an uncertain future as his legal team seeks to leverage the Supreme Court's ruling on presidential immunity. The Georgia election interference case may also encounter delays as state courts face the unprecedented challenge of prosecuting a sitting president. On the civil front, cases such as the $454 million fraud judgment and defamation lawsuits are expected to proceed. However, they may do so at a slower pace as courts and Trump's legal team navigate the implications of his presidency. Legal legacy implications. Donald Trump's ongoing legal battles present an unprecedented scenario in American history, with a sitting president facing multiple criminal and civil cases. The outcomes of these cases could have far-reaching implications for the balance of power between the executive branch and the judiciary. While Trump's re-election has provided him with some protection via presidential immunity, it has not fully shielded him from legal scrutiny. The federal cases against Trump are likely to be significantly impacted by his presidency, as the Department of Justice may wind down investigations. Meanwhile, state-level cases, such as those in Georgia and New York, face an uncertain future as courts grapple with the complexities of prosecuting a sitting president. Civil cases, including the $454 million fraud judgment and defamation lawsuits, are expected to continue, albeit potentially at a slower pace. The ultimate resolution of these legal battles may hinge on future Supreme Court rulings regarding the extent of presidential immunity and the ability to prosecute a sitting president. This script was generated using Perplexity AI running the GPT-4o LLM. You can find both a link to the full original Perplexity page article and all the reference sources in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Your time and support are greatly appreciated. To stay informed about future uploads, make sure to subscribe to the channel and enable notifications by clicking the bell icon. Also, if you found this video helpful, consider giving it a like. It's a simple way to boost visibility and help others discover this content as well. For those interested in supporting the growth of this channel, you can either become a member on YouTube or visit our Patreon page. Your contributions can help ensure the continued production of informative, countercurrent content. Once again, thank you. We look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Until then, goodbye and take care.